So here we are on Wednesday night with my friend Joe Lay. She is a Vice President of Relocation at Baird Warner. Joe, I said one thing. I said Wednesday night. What do we know about Wednesday night, which is like the third hour of the Today Show? What is it?
Wednesday wine.
Wednesday.
Let's
what do we got? Let's do it, girl.
You bet.
You got that right,
And you
sister.
know what? I really liked y'all were serving wine in there for the opening.
Did you like the opening with the wine?
And I think you're very, very brave to let me drink a lot of wine and then put me in
hey,
front of a camera.
Wait, Joe, wait. I know. Look at what
Cheers.
that. No, but put that down. Look at the difference in the height here of the pour.
Oh, yeah. Well, not my first rodeo.
Yeah, I guess not. Speaking of that, not being your first rodeo, this is Leadership Unplugged. So I know you didn't take long to take that sip. So this is Leadership Unplugged. I want to hear a little bit more about leadership. What has been your guidance through the years? You know, tell me a little bit more about your leadership.
Well, my leadership through the years in this industry has been led by so many people who mentored me, and I love doing that. I hope to do that for other people. And leadership is having fun while you do what you're passionate about.
Yeah.
So that's what I really like.
You know, one of the things I admire about your leadership is that, first off, from a social media perspective, I just love how playful you are. And I think sometimes we have this perception of leaders being something we can't touch because they're so non-personable. So tell me, has that always been part of your persona?
It has always been part of my persona. Facebook just gave me an audience to be able to
this could
do
be
that.
bad. You put Mark Zuckerberg on the map.
Oh yeah, well I don't know about that, but I do love it, and I love showing off Chicago, constantly telling the stories about Chicago, and I can't tell you how many people have walked up that I don't know this week, saying, "Oh my God, I follow you on Facebook, and I see what you do and all the walking about. You're everywhere." And I'm like, they have no idea. I was out for 2 minutes, and then I went inside and opened another bottle.
So it's all smoke and mirrors is the way you manage it, right?
That's kind of it.
So talk to me though about how do you influence young leaders? So you know we're at a change in our industry, and we talk so much about our responsibility to bring up the next generation. What's the key of you know bringing along youthful leaders?
I think it's really teaching them that it's okay for them to ask any questions, and for them to think outside that box. I mean, we've used that term for 1,000 years, but it's true.
Yeah.
And so, didn't even mean to touch that. I'm sorry. So I think that I love for people to challenge me.
Yeah.
Sue challenges me all the time, don't you, Sue? And so I think that's the best way to communicate and to go forward. And that's what this industry is about.
So you create this safe environment for the youth to fail, to feel vulnerable, and to grow through that experience. That's what I'm hearing you say.
Yep,
so talk to me a little bit about the challenges then from a Baird Warner perspective in an industry right now from real estate that's undergoing tremendous change, transformation. Yeah. You're a leader. How do you settle the anxiety that exists with the transformation?
You know, I don't know if I can settle it, but I do. We want to talk about it. And I always say that Baird Warner is like a 164-year-old startup company. And we always want to talk about what can we do better and what's new and keep up with what's going on around us. And so we're working very hard to get that done. So we keep working at it, you know, and
every day.
Not be afraid.
Is it part of your culture?
Oh, it's totally part of our culture. Definitely. Yeah.
So when you go to hire people then, because I'm going to tie this to culture from a leadership perspective, because I think so many people they sort of look at the technical skills. Can somebody sell? Can they do a listing? Can they do whatever it is, whatever you need? How do you tie in the interview to culture?
Good one. How do I tie it into culture? I think when they walk in our offices, they see we have bright, new, happening offices, but I tell them about our history. I tell them about what we have done through the years that made a difference for everyone's life and for our community. And then saying, we don't know what we're going to do next, and we want you to be part of that culture.
So that ties that together. I have to end on one question. I had the privilege last year with you as my hostess to come and to be a part of the Baird Warner, sort of walk through and meet with your team and everything. But one of the things that I found the most sort of touching was the library. Would you just talk to our friends a little about that library?
Well, our library was put together by Steve's daughter, and she's done I don't know how many hours of research and put it together. And it makes everyone so proud. And when you sit in the room, and we use it as a conference room, and we have her come in and talk to our clients sometimes, she's the 6th generation, so she can tell the story. And then sometimes, like one day we were in there and Steve Baird walked in and he's touching the old furniture and he's moving it, and I'm like, stop, Steve, stop, you're going to break the furniture. But it's very real. And he talks about, when I was a little boy, I used to come sneak in here and go through my granddad's drawers, so to speak. So,
Well, you know what? That ties back to the very last little bit of this, which was all about how it's the personal relationships and that connection. So, Jolie, thank you for being with me on Wine Day
Wednesday
night.
Wednesday. Cheers.